Hello YouTube, I'm Aaron Losey from Drift Week and Lone Star Drift, and I have cool announcements for you. Right before we get started, an explainer of what is going on. This is an announcement about Drift Week. Drift Week is this adventure across the country where we go drive as many tracks as possible in a 2-week period of time to get rid of as many tracks off my bucket list before I grow old and die as possible. We street drive our drift cars the entire way. The only support trucks and trailers we have are a few to carry all the tires, tire machines, and gear, but everybody has to street drive their cars, fix them along the way, figure out all their issues. Everybody has to come together as a group and fix like other people's cars a lot of the time. Drift HQ brings out a big truck with and trailer with tons of parts so that we don't have to leave constantly and go get parts and all that stuff. But anyways, that's what Drift Week is. It's this huge rolling adventure, which is just absolutely insane. I've driven so many tracks I would have never gone to drive if it hadn't been for Drift Week, and drifted with so many amazing drivers, such as Chelsea Denofa and Matt Field and Adam LZ and Dimitri and Luke Fink and all the other guys on our trip. It's just insane. And for weeks at a time, traveling, networking, meeting these guys, it's so cool. So anyways, that is Drift Week in a nutshell. I'm sure you've seen it. It's tons of Hoonigan videos and Adam LZ stuff and everything else, so y'all are probably familiar. So our big announcement is James Deane is coming for Drift Week 6. He's gonna be driving with us for 2 weeks in a very cool car that I'm gonna go show you guys in another episode that ECU Master USA is providing for him. He's gonna be in a very competent car, so I'm super excited. I'm putting together a whole new car because I'm so excited. I've been driving this for quite some time. I'm gonna put this together with a cool NASCAR next gen body. And if that doesn't work out, I'll probably bring this car. But anyways, I'm so excited making this about me. James Deane is coming for 2 weeks, the best driver in the world. He's gonna be driving with us. We're gonna tandem with him, becoming friends with him, learning things from him, watching him, again, tandeming with him. Hopefully I get to be a much better driver. I'm just so freaking excited. And we also have another about 4 to 5 Pro 1 Formula D guys, some Pro Spec guys coming, lots of grassroots guys coming. We have just an incredible range of drivers, all the way down to we're gonna teach a noob how to drive and have an instructor for him and see how much we can make him improve throughout Drift Week 6. All this stuff is happening November 7th through the 20th. It's all gonna be mostly private days, but we will have some public days where spectators can come out. And then guys in our Lone Star Drift series can, at the very last event, we're gonna have a big party and we're gonna combine the Drift Week versus the Lone Star Drift guys and have them compete at Grand Sport Speedway. So here are the dates and locations of that stuff. I have to go make this because it's not here yet. But yeah, so on the Houston Police Academy stuff, you can come out if you're a spectator, meet everybody. We'll be doing ride-alongs to the public, paid ride-alongs where the drivers can charge the spectators and get them in the cars and you can help out with their fuel basically. That's always super exciting. That's gonna be at the Houston Police Academy for 2 days. You can meet all these guys and, you know, ride in cars, and it's gonna be really chill. It's not gonna be a huge ordeal. It's just gonna be super chill. You can come out, hang out with all of us. And then at Grand Sport Speedway on the very last days, it'll probably be, I think, November 19th and 20th. Don't quote me on that. It'll be up on the screen. We're gonna have a big competition where lots of spectators can come out. We'll have additional Lone Star Drift drivers. They'll be competing against the Drift Week guys and all that other stuff. So anyways, that's the plan. I am stupid excited. I'm building an entire car for this trip and gonna make it look cool and everything, and I'm just like over the moon about this. I can't believe that Drift Week keeps getting better and better and one-upping and one-upping. We went from number 1, where it was just like 14 guys, and we, you know, continually grew more and more drivers because we didn't want it to be this elitist thing where like no one got to do it. So we've been expanding the drivers list, expanding like how many days on track we get to do. We've done crazy stuff like the LZ party. We've done Hoonigan stuff over at the Burn Yard. We went to the Freedom Factory and did a day there. We just, like, on the last trip, we did the Pocono stuff where we burning off an entire tank of gas in the snow without even killing a set of tires. I think I killed like 3 tanks of gas in this thing on the same set of tires. It was absolutely insane. Most fun drifting ever. It's actually better than Ebisu, which was insane because we had our really good America cars that are much more prepped and stuff. I'm just over the moon about this stuff, so I'm so excited to share this experience with you. We do have a few more spots for drivers. If you do want to drive with us, there's going to be a link to the application in the description of this YouTube video. And if you want to come out and be a spectator, we don't sell the tickets online or anything like that. You can just go to lonestardrift.com and see the event pages, and it's going to link you over to Facebook and stuff, and you'll see the event pages there. And you'll basically just come out, Tickets will be at the gate and everything, and you'll be a part of everything. So we're super excited about this. Again, I just can't say enough. We're so lucky to get all these amazing drivers. It's insane. And a quick aside, because I'm just gonna ramble for a second. I did like D1 USA a whole season. I did a Formula D round a long time ago, like in 2007. I did a whole, like 2 seasons in Nopi. I did a bunch of like a higher level drifting, I guess you could say, or whatever. I travel around the world. I do all this stuff because I wanted to drive with the best drivers in the world. But I would get to these big competitions. Like I did a whole season of D1, which was, I don't know, 6 or 7 events. You're traveling around the country, you're doing all this stuff, tons of distance traveled, tons of prep on the cars. And I did get to drive with some D1 drivers, but it was just like, I got to drive against Daigo, but it was only a few laps. It was fun. I drove against Ueno from Vertex. I drove against Nomura-ken and these guys, but like, it was just a few laps and it was in battles. And something like Drift Week, we're gonna be driving with James Deane or Chelsea or Matt Field or whoever comes on this trip. I mean, countless laps. At the Pocono Drift Week stuff on Drift Week 5, I think Adam and I probably did, God, more than 25 laps just at one track. And then Ben Hobson and I, who's a Pro 1 driver, we did probably an entire tank of gas in one session without coming off track, just like back-to-back swapping. It was absolutely bonkers. Probably 50 laps on that. I don't even know. You can't even count because like there were 30-minute sessions at a time and then we'd come in just to cool down, but our tires were still good and then we'd go back out. It was crazy. So I'm just so excited to do all this stuff. I'm so pumped. I can't believe we get so much quality drive time with so many like cultural experiences of like the LZ party or all these different places we're going. It's mind-blowing. So thank you so much for being a part of Drift Week by watching the YouTube videos, coming out and being a part of it in person. Like if you came out to the LZ party or if you came out to any of the Drift Week public days, like when we had it at Honda Musselman or wherever else. And thank you so much for watching just like our Instagram and whatever. I'm rambling. So thank you very much. Man, I don't know how I'm gonna top this for Drift Week 7. I already do have stuff in the plans, but I don't wanna talk about it yet because I don't wanna overshadow anything we're doing with James Deane, but like, it's mind-blowing. And in the future, I'm gonna probably this Wednesday, which is in just like 2 or 3 days, I'm gonna head over to ECU Master and we're gonna show you the car he's gonna drive. We're gonna show you how it's getting built because it's gonna be a full build just for this event. And obviously Zach gets to keep it. He's the owner of ECU Master, so he'll have a rad drift car. But I mean, I can't believe like we're building like drifting culture with all this stuff. Thank you so much. And I like 5 years ago or 7 years ago when I started going to Ebisu, actually I think it was 8 years. That's so mind-blowing. When we started going to Ebisu, I thought, how could we possibly top this? I couldn't figure out how to do it. And it was like hurting my brain and my heart because I'm like, I have to find the next best thing I want to do in drifting. I need to find like, because once you've been to Ebisu 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times, it's amazing, but you start to burn out. Whereas with Drift Week, what I'm finding right now is we're constantly doing new tracks, new people, new cars. I get to bring cars that I custom build just for the trip, which is crazy stuff. We get to do so much street driving, which we couldn't do in Japan. We get to experience so many different tracks, so many different temperatures, so many different times of the year. Just that's so much more varied, where my problem with Ebisu is I was getting very, very structured. And I still love it, and I'm still gonna go as soon as it opens back up. But I needed something different, and I needed something really like vibrant and like crazy and get me stupid excited about building a new car. Just like on Drift Week 1 or Drift Week 2 or Drift Week 3, we had Adam built multiple cars for their trip. Trevor from Ocean Auto TV built 2 cars. I built a couple different cars. Who else built cars? Chris from Vapetasia built cars. Jordan from Arcade Tunes did that F80 M3 only for Drift Week. He did not own that car before that. He bought that just for that. Duarte from Drift HQ bought an F80 just for Drift Week. All these guys are doing so many crazy things. We have multiple Drift Week guys, by the way, that bought new Zs. I know they're not called 400Zs, but just, the new like Z coming out this year. They all put in orders because they want to be the first guys on Drift Week to have those cars and they think they're so cool and they're like gonna be so excited to drive them. That's bonkers. That's so cool. I'm so excited. It puts like a fresh spin on drifting for me because I've been drifting in the same fashion for like 20 years, all my Texas stuff and then going out whenever I get excited about a national event and doing that and all that stuff. So anyways, thank you so much. I'm excited to do this James Deane stuff. I'm excited for all the other drivers, which we'll start announcing some more of those, and I'll do some more videos. And like Drift Games guys are coming back and all that stuff. And by the way, guys, I'm gonna go to the LZ party in a couple weeks and get to drive in Ireland. And that wouldn't happen if we didn't have the LZ party over in New Jersey, and Dave Egan and all these guys come together and network on Drift Week. That's all like this crazy Drift Week stuff. Just like at Ebisu, that used to be the cultural like epicenter of all the drifters from around the world meeting. Like I was at Ebisu before the pandemic, and we got to drive with Osbo, and we were on an episode of Top Gear Norway, and like we're doing all these crazy things. Or like at Ebisu Matsuri, we'd be driving with Daigo, or we'd be driving with Nakamura there, or we'd be driving whoever. I would meet all these amazing drivers from around the planet. It's just so cool. That's how we got the no qualifying stuff for drifting. Chris DeJager, I went over to Australia after meeting him over there at Ebisu and went and viewed his format for judging, his format for competition and stuff. And I went specifically just to watch how it would all unfold, because I could just see it in person and then come back and change whatever I wanted and implement it in Texas. And it was absolutely amazing. So yeah, I'm so excited. Drift Week 6, register if you want. Or apply if you want. We only have a few spots. And if you want to come out to the public days, I put those up. Make sure you come out to the public days. And it's all going to be on YouTube on all the different channels. And if you guys didn't know, if you go to the Lone Star Drift YouTube channel, there is a playlist with over like 400 videos of Drift Week, where I collect Adams and Hoonigans and Excels and Fieldings and mine and Brandon Wicknicks and all the different drivers, and I put them in a giant playlist. So if you go to YouTube/Lone Star Drift, or you're already on it because of this channel, and just go to the playlist, you can see that under Drift Week. Okay, we're done. Thank you.